live audience? All right, we're going to see. When I say west, west, y'all say whoop, whoop, west, west. Whoop, whoop. West, west. Whoop, whoop. .com, yeah. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, let's be vulnerable right now. How many people are seeking personal development in their life? Because I am. And as Todd mentioned, we've got to know each other more since we attended the Bayan School over at Claremont. And Todd always say, why are you on both sides of the field? You gotta choose a side. Well, Todd, I have chosen a side, and I chose the side of compassion. But I'm trying to figure this out. So let's entertain this thought of compassion. What is compassion? What is leadership? So I've been going over these two of the 99 attributes of Allah. Rahman, Rahim. Rahim is a mercy that's been prescribed totally for the believer, the one who believes in monotheism or Tawheed. Rahman has been prescribed for all of mankind. Now, this is where the believer has a chance to create win-win situations, because we can't necessarily understand Allah because his understanding is just so vast, but just to grab a nugget, a jewel, an instance of that understanding. Rahman has been described for all of mankind, so that means the unbeliever get to wake up, the misbeliever get to wake up, the disbeliever gets to wake up, as well as the believers are allowed to wake up every day to make themselves better. Hopefully, through this struggle, through this jihad, the struggle to bring about good is to come back to Allah, knowing that He is a treasure waiting to be discovered. So, but still, what is compassion? So, in order to really understand this concept, I had to do some readings, have a lot of conversations, and I'm still making some of this up as I go along. So, but there's a story in our Islamic history about a prostitute who one day saw a dog, and this dog was maybe dying of thirst. So she took her shoe, reached into the well, and gave this dog some water. She had to assess, remember this word, assess. She had to assess this dog's situation. So she felt something to move her to give this dog some water, and it's been said that this woman, who was encouraged to sin, encouraged others to sin, received paradise. Something to think about. Umar ibn al-Khattab, radiyallahu anhu. One day, one of the sisters of the community pushed up on him and was like, when you meet that leader of the Muslims, you tell him that due to the policy that he made, me and my babies cannot eat. She didn't know that he was the leader of the Muslims. So he assessed the situation. There go that word again, assess. He assessed her situation. He then went away, came back with all the food and water, oats, or whatever they was eating at the time that the family needed. Not only presented it to her, but he cooked it, prepared it, and served it himself. So now we have two acts of people who performed assessments on a certain given situation. So now we're going to get down to leadership. I've been told that leadership is taking action where there is no action. There's many definitions to leadership that you can apply to leadership, but the one that sticks with me that I learned over at USC with Manuel Pastor is taking action where there is no action. Did the prostitute take an action? She took an action to do what?
Save the dog.
Save the dog. But let's go a little deeper. Let's unpack that. She took an action to feel. She took a sensibility. It's what became before the action. She assessed the situation because of some pain that she knows that she don't even want a dog to go through. Is that compassion? Allah knows best. Umar ibn al-Khattab, radiallahu anhu, he was pushed upon by a lady, well, one of our sisters, and we know our sisters are very vocal, and he not only helped her, but he changed a policy that he created. So now we have a small grassroots problem, and now we have a macro situation. So compassion could change the dynamics of worlds. This is what you do in community organizing. You agitate, you provoke, you take people into discomfort so we could think our way out. There's no other way when we have to learn how to have healthy conflicts and we think our way out. I always tell the young volunteers that intelligence is your superpower, because I always ask them, Marvel or DC? Marvel or DC? See, if some of y'all don't know what that means, y'all not hip. You know what I mean? Y'all not. Marvel or DC, bro? Marvel. So under Marvel, you have the Hulk, right? In our presentations, we present the Incredible Hulk, big green guy. Here you can mistake his anger for being evil. But since the Hulk, with David Banner on the inside of him, he's smashing to smash out evil. He's so compassionate that he hates evil. And that's another view of looking at this in the young youth. They love that. They love to explore. We explore the personalities of all the superheroes. You see what I'm saying? Because this is what they're into. This is how you stay relevant with them. So, leadership. Taking action where there is no action. Are we passing up opportunities when we don't speak to that person in the hallway because he don't look like the Muslim that we have painted in our image and not give them the salams? Are we passing up an opportunity when we see somebody or we know of a family member that is having a hard time, but we still go to them with the same attitude? Is that compassion? No. We could be passing up opportunities because we're not recognizing the opportunities to change life. On a simple, either the grassroots or macro, each person in this room has the opportunity to change someone's life by simply saying, Assalamu alaikum, how you doing? How was your day? Is there something that I could do for you? Within your capacity, because the lady, the prostitute, she was able to change something within her own capacity. Umar ibn al-Khattab, he was able to change something within his capacity. So that spectrum, that scale is large. Whatever is within your capacity, you can change it. And you don't need permission to do it. Just do it. So this talk is more therapy for me because I'm trying to find out what is compassion. So picture me as a big old pie, right? And in this pie, you got the little piece missing. That's the part that I'm trying to fulfill. I'm trying to fulfill that part that looked like a Pac-Man. You see, everything is related to animation and something like that. So I'm trying to fulfill that part that's of me that's related to, that will help me become a better person, better family man, a better neighbor, because by being a neighbor, your neighbor got almost a lot of rights. They got a lot of rights. because they see you when you're not in your commercial mode in the community. You feel me? They know you better than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I try and cut my neighbor's grass. You know, she ain't got no grass, but I'm out there pushing. But alhamdulillah, but let's not pass up these opportunities to act on compassion, because compassion is an assessment tool to find out the root causes of a situation. There go that word assessment. Compassion is an assessment tool to find out the root causes of situation. And I pray that this was good for me and good for you, and this is my time. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.